So originally we were wanting to get married in Hawaii. I didn't really care that much. I've never really had a vision for my wedding growing up. And then the more we looked at venues, the more disheartened we became. Another thing that I always know that I'm curious about with other brides is I always want to see their ring up close. Hi, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be talking all about wedding planning. It is my first wedding planning video and I've been engaged for 10 months already. And that's crazy because a lot of people are like getting married after being engaged for 10 months. And I still have 15 more months to go until our wedding. So I just kind of want to talk about what it's like having a long engagement, some of the struggles that I've dealt with wedding planning so far, just some of the things that we've done so far during our long engagement, and kind of like what's ahead, where we're getting married at, wedding website, kind of like talking budget with our families, you know, anything like that, any maybe tips that I can provide that could help you, and just kind of telling what has been going on with us. So let's get into it. So first thing I just want to highlight is there's a YouTuber who has helped me out so much. She doesn't know me or anything like that, but her name is Jamie Wolfer. I will link her channel down below in the description box so you can check her out. She has like given me so much advice just through watching all of her videos and stuff, and she's just very enjoyable to watch. So I definitely recommend. She's also a wedding planner, but she's not the kind of wedding planner that's like, I'm a wedding planner, so you need a wedding planner. She's like, I'm a wedding planner, and if you're on a budget, don't get a wedding planner. You can do it on your own. That's the kind of person she is, and she's great. I've definitely loved watching her videos. She's just enjoyable. Even if you're not engaged, I would say she's just enjoyable to watch. So I definitely recommend checking her out if you're engaged or even if you're not and you want to be someday. So next, I just want to say, kind of talk about what it's like having a long engagement. It's honestly so nice. I would highly recommend anyone do a long engagement if they can. Ours is in total like a 2-year engagement, basically 2 years. We got engaged on July 2nd of 2021, and we're getting married in the beginning of August in 2023. So definitely very nice. It's just been able to be much more relaxed. Everything planning wise is just kind of spread out, and it helps for saving money purposes for you as well as like your bridesmaids, your family, whoever. It's just so convenient. We kind of wanted to do a long engagement for 2 different reasons. One, because COVID had pushed back so many weddings, and that meant that all the people that were getting married in other, you know, like 2020 or even 2021 had pushed it back, which meant that venues were going to be more booked up. And 2, we wanted to wait 2 years because my youngest sister, who I knew was going to be my maid of honor, wasn't going to be 21 till literally the last day of the year, because that's her birthday, is on New Year's Eve of 2022, which means she would be 21 finally in 2023, so she could like go out for my bachelorette party and like just stuff like that. So that's literally the only other reason, like, and Robbie was totally fine with that. So the struggles of wedding planning that I dealt with so far hasn't even been really like vendor related, which I know can be a big one for a lot of people. It's been more guest list related and kind of venue related, but not so much in the sense that we couldn't get a venue. It's that we didn't know where we wanted to do it. So originally we were wanting to get married in Hawaii. And we had talked about that for like at least a year before we were even engaged. And we were like, well, we just want a smaller wedding. We just want to do it in Hawaii and, you know, whatever. And it's actually, if you can do it, you can easily do it on a public beach and only pay $50 for the permit fee and get married there. But a lot of the locations are limited at like 25, maybe 30 people. Some of them you can't have chairs and stuff like that. And then there was one location you could have 50 people, but it was not very pretty. Well, it was still pretty, it's Hawaii, but it wasn't the same as the other ones. You know, we were like, if we're going here, we want to do it at like a really beautiful spot. All the other spots that are paid are much more expensive, especially food is much more expensive. There, you're easily paying a minimum of $100 a plate versus like in the mainland, can easily be down to like 30 a plate, some places 50 a plate, you know, whatever. So it was just much more expensive. It was going to be way more limited. People weren't going to be able to bring +1s. It was just very, very specific, and we just wanted to have it a little bit more open than that. So we kind of decided no in Hawaii, and then we decided we wanted to do basically either beach or mountains. I didn't really care that much. I've never really had a vision for my wedding growing up or anything like that. Robbie actually had more opinions on this than I did. And he said, okay, well, I think I'd actually like the mountains more anyways. And I'm like, that's fine with me. So we're doing it in Colorado instead. And it'll be really beautiful. It's really pretty. I'll just put a couple pictures up here so that you can take a look and see. We'll be getting married right next to the creek, which will be really nice. So our ceremony gets to be outdoors, as well as reception is kind of under the tent, but it's still outdoors because it's open. Dancing, all that kind of stuff, cocktail hour, it will all be outside. So that's going to be really awesome. We're very excited. So yeah, there's that whole big spiel of that. The other issue or struggle that we've had was with the guest list, basically, was trying to decide, you know, who do we actually invite to this more intimate wedding, especially because we're still having a reception back in like the Missouri, Illinois area where like more of our family and friends really are. Really the majority of them are. So it was kind of trying to decide like who are we closest to, who has been a big part of either my life or Robbie's life, or who has been a big part of our relationship, helping to grow our relationship, who's watched our relationship just grow and bloom together. That's kind of how we ended up deciding. Literally like 2 days after we got engaged, we started writing out a list. We wrote out a to-do list, like all this stuff. We were so excited, and we literally got engaged on a Friday and we started looking at stuff on Monday. So it was like crazy. Like we were just so excited that we wanted to do it. And then the more we looked at venues, the more disheartened we became. And the more like just everything got really stressful. And a lot was other stuff was happening in our lives at that time. I started my YouTube channel, which was very exciting, but it was just like a lot of things were happening. So we kind of just put it on hold basically from August through December, like basically the rest of 2021. I talked with my parents about it off and on. He talked with his parents. But basically we really didn't start planning again until like January of 2022, and we hadn't picked a venue yet. We had finally decided in January that we were going to do Colorado. So it was just like, it was crazy. Luckily our parents have been very helpful, and I know they're going to continue to be helpful in just talking about these things with us and kind of seeing what our vision is or what it is that we're hoping for, so they can help us to reach that point. So if you're dealing with any struggles like that, talking about it is always best. Good communication is going to help you immensely, just like with anything in life. And try to find people who can support you and who aren't going to just push their opinions on you, but more listen to yours and try to help you build what you want based off of kind of like your ideas and your vision. And then with that, kind of discussing budget with our parents. I had already kind of known what my parents would be giving me, so we just kind of had to talk with that. And they'd already paid for one wedding with one of my older sisters, so they knew basically they're just going to give it all of us the same amount. Whether we use it for wedding or not is our choice. And then with Robbie's parents, it was a set amount, and then it kind of changed and stuff, but it was fine, and we're super grateful. So just always being upfront with the people who have said they would like to give you money, and just telling them, you know, like, we don't expect anything. I absolutely don't expect you to give me any money, but I want to know if you've ever planned to, if you would like to. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then just don't do it, and just plan to do it on your own, you know. You know your relationship with your parents or grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever it is that has been a big support in your life. So you'll know likely who is willing to give you money or who wants to pay for certain parts of your wedding or something like that. We're also still saving money, so that more to put it towards our honeymoon ideally, because we know we have the money from our parents we can use for the initial wedding things. So if we need more by the time our honeymoon comes, we'll likely have more. So then I just want to talk about what it's like planning a wedding in a different state than the one you live in. So like I said, we were trying to do Hawaii. Now we're actually doing Colorado. We live in Missouri. So obviously we haven't seen the venue, we just seen photos, I've seen videos, that kind of stuff. So obviously we're just putting a lot of trust into this. We're trusting the venue and the people. So, I mean, honestly, I don't feel that stressed about it though. I just kind of know it is what it is. I've watched YouTube videos of weddings done there. I've looked at photos from there. We talked to different people from there. We did a lot of communicating back and forth, read the contracts, like all that stuff that we can do. We talked with our parents back and forth about this, and they like the venue as well, and all that kind of stuff. So yes, it could be a little bit scary getting a venue that you've never been to or anything, but I know we're going to get to go visit. once we move to Colorado, which I don't know how many people know we're moving to Colorado, but we are going to be moving to Colorado later this year. So we'll be able to actually go and visit it and be able to do tastings and things like that while we're actually there. So that's going to be really great still. We'll be able to do hair trial, you know, all that kind of good stuff. So to be honest, I'm not that stressed about it. There's a lot of people who do these kinds of things and plan weddings without visiting the venue. So if that's something you're stressed about, either just don't be stressed and have faith in the people you're talking to and trust your gut. Or if you're like, I just can't do it, then just get married at a place you can visit or fly out to that place and visit if you're, you know, if you want to do that. So that would be my advice on that. Another thing that I always know that I'm curious about with other brides is I always want to see their ring up close. And I know people don't like to show off their rings because they're like, oh, I don't want to act like I'm showing it off or whatever, but I'm always like, no, let me see your ring, you're not showing it off, like, and you should just be proud enough to show it off. So I thought for any of those people that are like, please let me see your ring, I want to see it, I'll put a picture of it here from the website. It was just from Shane Co. So beautiful. I definitely loved going to Shane Co. And the reason we chose that, we usually like to go to places that are more local and like family owned and stuff, but we wanted to go to Shane Co. because they have different locations across the United States, and we still don't know where we're going to end up living someday or if we'll ever really just pick one place. So we just wanted somewhere where we could go get it fixed and wherever we're living, basically. Also, so Robbie and I already asked our bridal party to be bridesmaids and groomsmen. We did that even before we had the venue picked. We just did it like over Christmas time because I knew that's when we were going to see everybody. I totally didn't even film the wrapping of the gifts and like close-ups of what I got them. I don't know why. I remember thinking like, oh, I want to like take a picture of all of it in a group or whatever and send it to my sisters or something. And I'm like, oh wait, I can't because I'm going to ask them. Like, so I just didn't end up thinking about taking pictures. But I ended up getting each of them a Yeti, which if you've watched any of my videos or know me at all, I'm obsessed with Yetis. I literally have my Yeti right here, one of them. I have like almost every color that I can get and many of the different styles and stuff. So I got them each a Yeti, and somebody outside, I'm distracted. Now I'm gonna pause. Oh, and I got the girls each a beach towel because we were originally thinking of going to Hawaii, and I'm like, beach towels will be so great, and they can bring their Yetis for getting ready. We'll have mimosas or whatever, but they can still just use the towels now. We're not going to the beach, but that's okay. We might go to the beach for my bachelorette party, so they can use them there. And then Robbie got each of the guys a different kind of alcohol that they would like, whether it's like beer or like a liquor. And he got them each socks because he's a big fan of like tall socks. So he got Sesame Street socks from Bombas Socks, and he like loved Sesame Street when he was a kid. He still is like, I love Sesame Street. So he got, yeah, everybody got like a different character. He picked characters that he thought would like fit that person or whatever, which is really cute. I don't know if they'll even wear them like on the wedding or not, but he just thought it was a cute idea, and I think they enjoyed it. So, oh, but if you do want to watch the video I took of giving them the gifts, I did create a YouTube short of that. I also have an Instagram reel. I think I even put it on TikTok, or I'll just put a little bit over here on the screen so that you can see. So I asked all of my sisters and my best friend to be my bridesmaids, and I started by asking my sisters and laying out all of the presents on top of the car. Oh. Then to ask my best friend. But yeah, so you can go check out the rest of that in the YouTube shorts. I will link that down below as well. Then I just thought I would talk about our save the dates. And so also for save the dates and for invites, because I do graphic design and that kind of stuff, I'm just making them ourselves. And then we're just getting them printed through like wherever. I think we did it through Office Depot is where we just got them printed for cheap, and then we got stamps, of course, and then the save the dates came with envelopes as well. So for our invites, we're just going to do the same thing, but I just do want to show you what our save the dates look like. I'm just going to remove some of the information we put on there, but I figured I'd just show you guys here what it looks like. So they're very cute. We're very happy with them. That was like one of our favorite photos from our engagement shoot though. And also if you're wondering, I did make the save the dates through Canva, and that's where we're going to make the invites through as well. I just have a free account on there and I make it on there. So if you want to make your own and save some money, you can just go on Canva, create an account for free, use it for free, download for free. Like you can totally do so much on there for free. You can just create them on there through a template. Just type in your own information, download it, print it at Office Depot or whatever, Walmart, Walgreens, all sorts of places, and that will save you some money. Another thing that Robbie and I kind of realized is that we should create a music playlist. So we're gonna have a DJ at our wedding, which I didn't even care if we had a DJ. I was fine to just like play music on our phone, but there's a lot of things I've learned actually about the importance of DJs, and I learned that from Jamie Wolfer's YouTube videos, talking about just the importance of having a DJ, especially a good DJ can really make the night good. And I mean, they just kind of run the whole night basically. So the venue we got actually just comes with the DJ. It was just included in the cost. So for that, though, we don't really have to worry about it, but we just wanted to create a playlist on Spotify of different songs that we know we want to have at our wedding, whether it's for first dance, dances with our parents or whatever, or just other songs that we enjoy, just so whenever it comes to time, we can just send it to the DJ and they'll have that information. Then our photographer slash videographer, she's actually both. So her name is Dylan Crossley, I think it is, and she's out of Boulder, Colorado. And so she's going to be doing our photo and video. We've already got her scheduled and booked and everything, so we're very excited for that. I've enjoyed talking with her so far, and her photos are beautiful, her videos are great, and I thought it was just a great price for both the photo and video as well as what you get back from it. I know what they're worth and I know why they're worth that much money, and just because I've been in this kind of creative field and I understand all the work that goes into it, the cost of the equipment, the time that's put into just editing and things like that. So they charge a lot for a good reason. They don't just say, I'm just going to charge this amount, because I feel like there is thought behind that. But she was a great price for what she offered and for just like how beautiful and well done everything has, and she has great reviews and things like that. So if you're getting married in that area, definitely recommend you can check her out on her website. I'll link that down below as well. Then I just wanted to talk about how we organize all of our information. So we just on Google Drive have a folder called Wedding. Basically what we have on here in our wedding folder is like bridal party stuff. So once we get more information about dresses, things like that. Bride things is kind of more like my stuff about dresses and just any other things that I have. So Robbie basically knows not to go in that folder. This is anything he has. I just won't go in that folder. Honeymoon, we don't really have anything in there yet. Invite items, that's where we have like our invite list, the save the dates, things like that. We have addresses, whatever's all in there. We have this is like the reception. When we do a reception, we don't know whether it will actually be in Missouri or Illinois, but just put that. Then rehearsal, we don't have anything with that really yet. I guess we did schedule the rehearsal dinner, but yeah, that's about it. Venue, we really don't have anything about that specifically yet, but we will. To-do list, this is kind of need to be updated. We've only updated it a little bit. We haven't done much with it. And then the wedding budget, and then we just kind of have one like sheet for money from my parents, and the other sheet is from money from Robbie's parents. So this has been very helpful. And then our wedding website, we decided we definitely wanted to do because we are getting married out of state for most people. We actually don't have any other family who lives in Colorado, so literally everybody is coming from out of state. So we wanted a wedding website to just help everybody out and also to help ourselves out and hopefully prevent a lot of questions from being asked to us, or I'll just be like, go look at the wedding website, don't ask me, go look at the wedding website. And we sent that, and it was attached to the Save the Dates, or it was on the Save the Dates, so people could access that. I figured I'd just show you little parts of that. I don't want to give away like a bunch of details or anything, but I figured I'll show you kind of just what it looks like. We decided to do it on the knot.com. It's been very easy. Just pick a template. It'll even have options as to what tabs you want to use, like that they have automated and stuff like that. It definitely took some time because of all the information that I wanted to have on there. And then we just like Robbie reviewed it before we sent out the Save the Dates, and we had our parents review it before we sent out the Save the Dates as well. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is the wedding website here. These are all the tabs that we chose to put at the top here. We just wanted to kind of share our story, even though most people know it. Not everybody maybe knows the details. Photos, that's photos of like our engagement as well as like the venue itself. wedding party. We just wanted to highlight the people in our wedding party so that either if they don't know each other, they can get to know each other, which I think they all do, so it's fine. Or basically more for other guests and stuff who maybe don't know them, so they can get to know a little bit about them. This has a ton of information on it, the FAQ. The travel also has like lots of different places that people can stay. And this is the same photo we have on our Save the Dates. It is our favorite photo. We love this one. And then I also included, after kind of putting the address for like the ceremony and all that stuff, I just added this little thing. It was from Jamie Wolfer, this YouTube video. To be honest, I don't think like anybody's gonna watch it, or maybe just a couple people. But I'm putting it on there anyways, so if somebody's being a bad guest, I'm not really afraid to be like, go watch this video, please. And then I just added this timeline of the day we got engaged. In the FAQ section, I looked up what kinds of questions should you ask, or will people ask that you should give them information for. It was kind of like, these ones are just ones I thought people might ask. Kind of like, how do I RSVP? Do you have a registry? Which we are going to do our registry through the Knot, I think. I have to kind of figure out how it works exactly. But other questions about like, bring my gift to the wedding, formal invitation. I want to do an unplugged wedding. If you don't know what unplugged wedding is, it means that you do not use your phone at all, or iPads or anything. I don't know who would bring an iPad to a wedding, but unless you have kids, basically. Like, I don't want any person taking photos. I don't want anyone having their phone out texting. I don't want to hear any phone calls. I don't want to have people taking videos of us. Nothing. To be honest, I don't even want to be in any really selfies. Like, I just want... because we are hoping we can have a smaller group or whatever, small enough, we'd love to have photos done with literally every guest that's there. And obviously that takes some time, so we're going to have to try and figure that out, see if that's even possible, but we'll see. Obviously it's fine if you're like at the cocktail hour, you're hanging out at the reception, whatever, like that's not a big deal. Don't take pictures of me on your phone. I don't want people to see. I want the photos from the photographer. Like, we hired this person for a reason, basically. And then the last thing that I just wanted to talk about was vision boards, and that's something I actually am going to create today. I thought that would be really fun. Just kind of a vision of like what you have in mind for like the color scheme, or what you want like dresses to look like, or you know, just what you want the vibes to be like when you're at your wedding. So you can kind of pinpoint some words, like if you want dreamy, if you want fairy tale, if you want outdoorsy, if you just want fun, you know, flirty, like all sorts of things. And just kind of like, if you know you want the color green, then put lots of things that are green. If you know you want to use greenery instead of flowers, put that kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd kind of make a little vision board here with you guys, and just to give you an idea of like what we're looking for, and what, you know, like kind of how you could create a vision board for your wedding. So to start, I just created an 11 by 8.5 board on Canva, and then I just Googled photos of things that I would like. So basically I searched pink and gold wedding decor, or sage flowers, or sage and pink wedding. These were some photos I'd found of bridesmaids dresses that I liked. I kind of like the style of just like doing mix and match kind of thing. So I just put it all together in an aesthetic looking way, and moved them around till I liked it, basically, and then this is what I came up with. Well, thank you so much for watching. That is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, or that you took something from it, and be looking out for the next one, which will not be for months and months probably, because I'm not going to be doing much for a while. So thank you again, and I hope that you're doing well and that you take care. Bye.